50th anniversary of hip-hop and taking a look at its influence on fashion and culture.
50 years, can you believe it?
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yes, that is a long time. And joining us now to break down some of the most influential looks in hip-hop history and how we can wear them now. That's the good thing, is Vice President of Fashion at Bustle Digital Group, Tiffany Reid.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm very excited to be here.
Of course, good to have you here. And fashion expert Josie.
Okay, so Tiffany, I have to start with you. Let's just talk about how these two things go together, fashion and hip-hop.
Yes, hip-hop was really the entryway and the outlet for the culture to express themselves. So if you think about iconic pioneer rappers like Run DMC and their song, you know, In My Adidas, to Foxy Brown being the face of Dior, the poster girl of Dior, and then Cardi B, that classic line, Balenciaga's the ones that look like socks. Once that's in the music, it moves the needle in the industry.
All right, shall we get started?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the great Missy Elliott. Joe, what can you tell us about Missy's influence on fashion?
I mean, I think the fashion industry has had a love affair with Missy Elliott from the very beginning. I mean, I think if you remembered the video, The Rain, from the late 90s, and seeing her in that blow-up black trash bag-inspired suit and looking so good in it. Yeah. And, of course, she's gone on to be in campaigns for Marc Jacobs and The Gap and everything. I mean, she's influenced so much of what you see on runways today.
My favorite look is Missy in this Dior head-to-toe denim, so we wanted to replicate it here with our model. Instead of doing the embroidered jean, we did a cargo pant to make it a little bit more modernized.
Yeah, really real. Those Meg Thee Stallion knees too, right? Wow.
Yeah, that was some deep. She's got good knees. Okay. Next up, Run DMC. Joe, talk about this.
I mean, Run DMC, I have to say, they're really the godfathers of hip-hop, and they have really pioneered using street style and streetwear as what we see it today, and we know it so well, but they really started all that. And I think they really wore every piece of iconic hip-hop gear that you can think of, from Kangol hats to Adidas tracksuits to shell-toe sneakers, and of course the gold chains.
Yeah,
the gold chains.
We have our models here, Storm.
Yeah, so we wanted to take our model Storm and do a more modernized version of it. So not all the Kangol and the gold chains, etc., but really focus on the tracksuit, because that is the easiest thing for us to replicate and wear. So we wanted to make it modern. Storm is wearing more of a neutral cream palette, which has just a fresher color palette to it. The Sambas are a big trendy sneaker right now. Everyone's wearing a Samba, so we also found one to go with the tracksuit. And instead of opting for the heavy gold chain, we went for rings, ID bracelets, and signet rings.
And people are still rocking this today.
Absolutely.
Still looks good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's give it up one more time for our model, everybody. One of my favorites, Little Kim. Any Little Kim fans out there?
Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Right?
Come on.
So, Joe, what makes her fashion stand out?
Well, can we just at least give her the credit, say she's the original Queen Bee?
She is the original Queen Bee.
The original Queen Bee. And I have to say, there's so much credit that should go to Lil Kim, because she really championed so much of what we know as women of hip-hop fashion and style today. And she was one of the first ones to really do multicolored wigs to match her outfit, and logo mania, which it's sort of part of fashion today, but really it was like her, Mary J. Blige, that really pushed forward in the late 90s into early 2000s, and Karl Lagerfeld used to say that he would design entire collections of Chanel around Little Kim. I mean, these are the designers that loved her. She wore a wig once with the Versace logo sprayed onto the wig. I mean, that's how dedicated she is to this world of fashion.
All right, let's bring out our model, Cheryl. She is wearing the Little Kim look right here.
So
and it looks good.
Yes, my
Tiffany,
favorite
tell us
Little
about
Kim is from Crush on You video. That is an iconic video that no one's ever going to forget. The all-red monochromatic look, I think, was a winner for me specifically. In the video, she's wearing it with a fur coat and lingerie. I wanted to make it more modern, so with a crop top and a jean, so that it's actually wearable. But I would definitely say don't be afraid to play with texture if you're wearing monochromatic, which is why we pulled out the leather jacket.
Okay, now we have to talk about Busta Rhymes.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, can I tell you that from the very beginning, he always said, I don't want to wear something that somebody else might have on. And he was so much about being creative and designing his own things, sometimes making his own things. And I think we talk about so much gender fluid today, but he was doing that way back when on the carpet.
This is OG here.
At every single award show.
OG. Totally the OG.
OG is in one of my favorite Busta Rhymes look was with the Soul Train Awards in a striped look. instead of opting for stripes, I went for pleats instead, just to give the illusion of it. And then the jewelry. Men are wearing pearls now that are willing to take risks. And one of the biggest things of hip hop in the 90s were people were taking risks and really finding their own identity. So,
all right.
OG.
Yes, OG. So you guys ready to see the man who invented that look? Let's give it up for Busta Rhymes, everybody. I mean, check him out. Busta, did you really have to come out and just kill it like this, man? You look good.
How do you think he pulled off your look?
I am gracefully embracing the receiving of my botanical garden of flowers.
And it looks good. You know, I was telling Eva earlier, it's impossible to talk about hip-hop and not mention Busta Rhymes. What does it mean to you that we are here some 50 years later?
I mean, it's kind of hard to describe it without being emotional. You know what I'm saying? I think there's really no amount of words that could describe the impact that this beautiful culture of hip-hop has had on us. And I think, like, way beyond, like, when people think of hip-hop, I think people think of, like, you know, the rap music, and you think of, like, you know, break dancing, or you think of, you know, the slang talk or whatever the case may be. But I really think that y'all should really understand from a very real perspective that hip-hop is like a real deep spirit thing. And it's a mentality thing. And like, you know, we don't really look at hip-hop in the same way as we would look at a religion. But it's truly a culture. It's not a religion, it's a culture. And we live by this. We live it. We breathe it. We sleep it. And it's like, this thing has saved lives. It has really been the most influential culture globally.
Well, and there is so much love here in this crowd for you.